Upper right, we do have the red Protoss Gimme from EXG, and in the bottom left we have Vivarium, something like that. I'm bad with pronunciations, but he's wondering why he's fighting a Masters player. We're confused just as he is, but we will see why. There's no D-ranking going here, it would seem. Maybe this is an unranked game for the red Protoss. Anyways, they are now calling the good luck, have fun, and the good game ahead of time. No real cheese going on so far. Gateways coming out for both players. Red going for that 13 gate that I prefer. 12 gate, 14 gas was the norm in Winds of Liberty, I do so believe. The second gas coming out for blue, still on one gas for the red. He might just be going for a 4-gate push, while the blue could go for Stargate or DTs. Both of them are fun to do. This pylon making sure there's no proxy. This probe doesn't have a whole bunch of room to do any form of proxy play. The Cybercore for red is slightly ahead of blues, just because of that of the timings between the buildings, and due to the second gas from the blue Protoss. This probe coming in, seeing that double gas, but now being caught. You don't want to use all of your probes to do that. That was a lot of lost mining time, which might not seem like a big deal in the scheme of things, but if you're going for any sort of timing, it does affect you. So we do have the first unit lost for that red Protoss, however. So blue is ahead by one supply. Congrats to him being better than a Masters at this time. But I think did he just lose a... No, okay, I thought I saw the supply drop for some reason. We do have Stalkers coming out for both players though, that will rid both bases of any other probes and any proxies if they start around with them like normal. The Mothership Core also coming from the red Protoss, very strong to use that Photon Overcharge against any pushes if you cannot hold your ramp. It is very, very helpful. Other than that, we don't see too much coming from blue. He has that double gas. He's not using his 200 gas though. That's not very efficient. You do want to get on that as soon as possible if you are going for any sort of play. He does throw down the council. It looks like he probably will be going for DTs unless he tries some form of Blink Stalker play. Not the best to do when you are fighting a Masters player if you are gold. I suggest just going DTs. But red might also suspect that. He is going for 2-gate, looking for the Stalker Mothership Core rush. Probably, I believe that is the 3 Stalker rush now with the added Mothership Core. Very strong, especially against any form of 4-gate play or tech play, like we will see from the Protoss this game, or from the blue rather. That Twilight Council finishing up though, he will set down the Dark Shrine here soon. He needs to get more gateways, and he has no idea that this is coming. We see 2, 3 Stalkers and a probe for that warp gate that will be finishing up here in just a moment. The Mothership Core also coming. This is actually a pretty strong push for anything like this, but the DTs, if they get out in time, will be able to hold against any form of aggression. This Stalker needs to get out of there, or he will be picked off. I don't know if he'll be able to make it out. No, he does fall. I'm not sure about the ratio of Stalker hits per Stalker. The Oracle coming out, though, it is able to 1 versus 1 a Stalker, but once 2 come out into the mineral line, he will have to be careful. That Dark Shrine is about halfway done. Those force fields can hold for another 30 seconds about, but past that he will not be able to hold this ramp with only sentries. That is a lot of gas spent on sentries as well. Another one does come out, but he will still have enough gas for 2 Dark Templars, and he will be able to hold until that the Dark Shrine does finish up. He has no proxy pylon though, so if he does clear out this army, the red Protoss will definitely have time to counteract anything, as well as these oracles will be able to detect. Wasting another force field there and letting 1 Stalker through, not the best force field play that I have seen, but maybe he will hold out. This Oracle does a lot of damage to light units and could take out a lot of those sentries. Orokin does not be microed. That is not a very good use of 150 minerals and gas. He's trying to move into the front. That's probably his main mistake here. He's also trying to take out these sentries. The Mothership Core about to go down if he was just attacking it. The Oracle just sitting here, 34 health now. The Dark Shrine is done, and I did see a Dark Templar warp in somewhere. All the way in the bottom right of the map. Not the most proxy location. If he just got a little bit more gas, he could warp in one at the main base and then use it to take out this army. There is already one here that is missing some health for some reason. Must have been when he was warping in, perhaps. The Oracle has that detection ability as well. really using that to its fullest extent. It will wear out after 60 seconds, but it will have more energy for that once that does wear out. The red Protoss, however, does have DTs in his base somewhere, taking out these probes. This one has 3 kills and is stopping all mining at this base. So red is no longer mining and is supply blocked. He cannot make any more units for the time being. The blue Protoss doesn't have any more gas for another Dark Templar, but is warping in another gateway, just letting that go, moving the probes away, trying for some last stand with those DTs, depending on if this Oracle can do anything with its Envision, I believe it is called. Yes, it is. These Stalkers, if they pit that off, that is very big, but the red Protoss does have enough to afford yet another one if he can get a probe over here to set down a pylon and power that gate. The Oracle is alive with only 24 actual health and a little bit of shield that is slowly recharging. He does need to protect that as much as possible. This DT is still in here, now up to 9 kills. Very effective. This Dark Templar going down, however. Does he have another one? We will see. He does have one more Dark Templar. It is the one in the main. I figured that, or I would hope that he would have another one. Losing this one, however, to the Stalker play. And these probes going back to work, but they are not going to be very well defended by 2 Stalkers when there are 5 on the map for red, as well as an Oracle. The 2 Stalkers would only be a match for the Oracle, let alone 5 of their counterparts. Still one Dark Templar on the map. Where is he going? He is in the main base, hoping to do as much extra damage before he is shot down as possible. There's no more gas for the blue Protoss, though, and he looks to have only this small army to take on the incoming army. If he can snipe that Oracle, though, he can hold here. And it looks like he's about to, actually. Down to only his 24 health, all of his shield is gone. Running away, using that detection ability, though, if the Stalkers can get on that Oracle, he will wipe out this army. He's about to get it. There it goes with only 1 hit left on the Dark Templar, 4 health. In production, we have the pylon powering the Stargate and chrono boosting that Oracle so he can have detection once more. The second Dark Templar coming out from this sort of proxy pylon, double the supply of the red Protoss is Vivarium. And moving in with this Dark Templar, he wants to do as much damage as possible, but once he sees that second Oracle, he knows he will not be able to. In the meantime, though, he could get some free hits and do some free damage to these Stalkers. About to get 1 there, and moving in 4 more. Force fielding the ramp, though, still allowing that Dark Templar into the main base. That Oracle is going to come out right now, uses the detection ability immediately, and takes out that Dark Templar. The second Dark Templar is with the army, and a new proxy pylon, that is actually a proxy pylon, is going down. 3 Zealots on the way, pretty good against those Stalkers if they are not being kited, but otherwise they can be infinitely kited. These are trying to go meet with the army over here, but this army is not doing anything for the time being. In the unit station, we have double the probes of red, 20 to 10 in favor of blue, but the army also relatively in favor of blue as well if those Stalkers do take out the Oracle. Other than that, we don't see too much. A Phoenix coming out for red, trying to possibly do some form of harass or take down any Stargate play of blue that might come. Blue is ahead and is about to push into the main. That force field, though, will block him in. He's trying to take out the Oracle so that Dark Templar can run rampant once more, but he is probably going too far with this, taking out Stalkers with that 45 damage from the start, I believe, on those Dark Templars. Yes, 3 more coming into the main base. The Oracle is out, but there are no units really to shoot down the Oracle, or shoot down those DTs, even with that detection that he is not using, even though he has energy for it. He does need to do something about this. He is losing supply, losing workers, and losing units. These Dark Templars trying to take down these pylons, so that way there are no more Oracles. There is still this one, though, and it does have enough energy, but 3 Stalkers might not be enough to take out 4 DTs and a Zealot, even if they can kite pretty well. They are about to get surrounded by those Dark Templars. Or they just run out. Why are you running away? Why? 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 Okay. So after all that build-up, we do see the blue Protoss running away to his 4 other Stalkers, maybe just thinking that he needs to regroup before going for the final push, but I do believe he could have taken this army out. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Only a couple probes for red, though. 7. Blue has not made any extra probes after the original 20, but he is starting now, so that he will still be in quite the worker count lead. Only one Phoenix here. It can't do any damage since there are no other Phoenixes to shoot whatever it picks up, and no pylon power on the Stardate. Only a couple of probes mining. And the missed rally point is also going to hurt him. Minor mistakes like that can lose you games. And this Oracle is down to 70 actual health and its shield being poked down a little bit. Archons being made to push through the force fields and into the main base, since he does not need those Dark Templars to handle such a small army due to the fact that he has a superior Stalker count. They will march up, and he calls GG once he sees the Archons, knowing that he cannot force field the ramp anymore due to that massive tag on those Archons. So the gold Protoss does go in for the win, continuing to attack the base. He must feel pretty good about that. He did play that pretty well. He probably could have won it a little bit earlier, but he still did end up winning in the end. That was just DTs against a strange Stalker rush that I have not seen personally in my experience, but he's parading around just a bit. It was a good game for him though, and thank you for the replay from Cast It. Yeah, now he leaves. Okay, good game for Vivarium.